influencership is kind of dead. But if you live in New York, it is close to impossible to thrive with just like one job. Sometimes I go to these events to have some different food. Let me show you accountability. Probably not the best angle, but we do what we can at a park in New York City. I just finished my hot yoga class. I got a coffee and an almond croissant from a cafe called Dominique Ansel Workshop. It's actually very popular, especially during the holiday season. Like there's usually lines outside the door, and I stopped just because the smell was so good from outside. Something that I want to make clear is that I am so grateful that I have my own schedule that I follow, and that I can kind of just like wake up whenever I want and go to work whenever I want from the comfort of my home if I'd like to. Today I went to my hot yoga class in the morning time, but I want to tell you that I don't usually go outside when I have work to do, especially on like a Monday. But today I decided to, just because I haven't been good with my physical health lately. I feel like I only go to work out maybe 3 or 4 times a month, depending on how many credits I have left on my class pass. But I've been wanting to like move my body more because I've been so glued to my screen watching the news with everything that's happening, and I work on my phone and I work on my social media and things like that. So I just wanted to give myself a break this morning and work from outside. Again, I prefer to work inside, but I love fall and I haven't been taking advantage of it as much as I should. So I've been trying to just like do that work outside. After I had my scrumpalicious almond croissant, it was so good, highly recommend. I got down to work. I worked for like maybe an hour or so. Just want to get something out of the way. I'll talk about this a lot deeper later on in the video. Influencing is not hard. In the grand scheme of things, it is very small and minuscule compared to like actual work. My dad drives taxi every single day. That is actual hard labor, right? But the only hard thing I feel like about influencing, obviously every single job has its struggles, is that you don't have a stable income, especially when you are a micro influencer. So here I am just doing all of my social media work for the day, but I also work social media for another company, and it's been a lot of fun. So I was just like planning and bulking their entire week's worth of stuff so I don't feel as stressed throughout the week. And yes, it takes a while because it's more than just like posting something, right? Behind the scenes is editing, thinking about captions, thinking about SEO optimization, about what will actually resonate with the audience, thinking about what the actual content is. So I plan that on Sundays usually so I can avoid Monday scaries. Today at the park, and might I say that park was very refreshing. I highly recommend. I was helping this older blind man like find the way to the street, and obviously he can just hear my voice, and he thought that I was a student just based off my voice, and I love that I sounded like that to him, even though it's so random. But now that I'm back, I showered, I did some of my work. I am packing a singular order for today because a lot of my items are made to order. So the items that I do have at my house that I ship out aren't as much as what I have on my website that are made to order and are shipped at a third-party company in North Carolina. But I was thinking recently how I literally became an influencer by accident. Like, as you guys know, I did my master's recently. I finished a 1.5 years ago at this point, oh my god. And I did childhood education, so I was on track to be a teacher. I also obviously always wanted to be an artist and be self-employed, but it was never my intention to be an influencer or a content creator really. But if you live in New York, it is close to impossible to thrive and live with just like one job, first of all, if you are a creative, and you have to kind of diversify your incomes and diversify what you do. So that kind of like threw me into the route of having my own business, having a podcast, becoming an influencer, and so many different things that I'm passionate about. And I'm happy that I like diversified and like stretched out myself into so many different ways. But it's not something that I strive to be. Like, you know how a lot of people, especially the younger generation now, because they are so used to like influencers being out in the wild, they strive to be that. They strive to be like TV personalities or like social media personalities. I never had that feeling. So it's kind of wild that I fell into this, and it really is like a supplement in my life. After after I packed my singular order for the day, I did some emails, mostly like order inquiries for my business. Luckily, I do have management and they take care of partnerships and brand deals and things like that. I did have to work on podcast stuff today. Thanks for being my business partner for life. So we actually bulk recorded 3 weeks of episodes in just like 3 days because my partner left to go back home to Florida, so we had to do that. So that is out of the way, but I did have to work on the podcast thumbnail. Please excuse the unfortunate angle, but we are realistic out here. This is how I make my thumbnails. On Procreate, I basically cut out everything myself, make the text and everything myself, and then just export it into Visco. There's this odd feeling where I feel a lot more productive when I do have makeup on. I don't know if it's like the conditioning that we've had as women, but I feel like I'm able to just be more inspired and, you know, film more content when I like look and feel the best. But I also think it's like an internal mindset type of thing where like even if you're going to the library, instead of you wearing sweats and like no makeup and you wearing makeup and like you putting on a nice outfit, it makes you feel more confident. I don't know if there's like some sort of logic behind that, but I'm pretty sure there is. So anyway, I was like recording some videos this morning. I'm gonna batch content the rest of my week now, so I'm gonna record like 5-ish videos or something. Not that hard, but I think when you are in front of the camera so often, it makes you feel more extroverted. It makes you feel like you're talking to friends and like you're constantly putting your energy out there, which is such a new concept, I feel like, because obviously social media is still fairly new. But since I am more of like a ambivert or more of like an introvert, I would say, like I would prefer to stay at home and be by myself instead of like going outside, even though like obviously I can talk to people and like I'm comfortable with talking to people. I feel like since I am like so extroverted with my energy on camera, sometimes it makes you feel like you hung out with so many people at the same time. So it's very interesting. Today morning, I woke up so anxious because I realized that I have this brand that I'm working with that I was actually really excited about. Because of the whole thing going on in Palestine right now, you have to be careful with what brands are supporting which part of history right now. So I was really scared that this brand was supporting the oppressor's side, and it made me very anxious because I never want to support something and endorse something that is completely on the wrong side of history. But today I actually have to film a video for that, and I actually have to go to an event for that brand this week as well, because I did some research on it and it doesn't look like they are actively supporting the oppressor's side. But that like brings me into another point. When you are an influencer, you have such power in your platform, right? Obviously people are following you because they care about your opinions, because you should have a say in things, right? And when you are an influencer and you are just posting pretty things and aesthetic things, and you're not talking about anything related to history, related to genocide, related to current events, it makes it so pointless, you know? And I think that's why influencership is kind of dead. And not to shit on influencers for a second, but also to shit on it for a second. If you are posting this life that is like so unattainable, so luxurious, and that's your whole brand, but you don't care about like actual people, you don't care about helping people, you don't care about history and current events, like what really is the point, right? A lot of people nowadays are over influencers because they're not relatable, and it's fine to not be relatable. Like it's fine to have a life that is maybe different from the norm, but it's still important to be grounded, you know? There are a lot of influencers that are just like out of touch. They don't have a grasp on reality. Every single day it's just them saying that they're running errands and they have such a busy day, but it's just them getting coffee at like 11 a.m. then going to Target to do some shopping, then maybe posting one video and then ordering their food, you know? And that obviously is like a stereotype, and it's not talking about everyone in influencing. But I feel like since that is what was so popular a few years ago, it gives influencers such a bad stereotype, and that's why I don't like calling myself an influencer, because I never want to be that type of person that just like promotes brands and gets money off of brand deals and they have like no grasp on humanity and no grasp on like reality. I don't know, let me know how you guys feel about that, because I feel like it is very hard to watch some people now and some videos now because they are just so fake real. Like they say that it's a real day in their life, but it's just so fabricated, and also their lives are just not realistic. I don't know, those have been my thoughts recently, especially when I see creators that are very silent when this like genocide is going on right now. And honestly, like I know there's a lot of people, especially right now, this is Q4, right? This is quarter 4 of 2023. This is the busiest and most like lucrative part of the year for influencers and for brands because you get the most money during holiday season, right? So I get why influencers are quiet right now, because they don't want to miss out on brand deals. They don't want to miss out on opportunities. I'm the type of person that doesn't give a shit. Like, I don't care about money where I have to stay silent so that I look neutral or I look like I don't want to put my 2 cents on this, right? I don't care about losing followers. You have to be vocal and use your platform for good. I finished my recording for the day, or for the week actually, and I just did all of the podcast work. I didn't think it was going to take that long. We were talking like back and forth with our intern because she was making a reel and a TikTok, and that's like what we use for promo. So we were trying to like figure that out, and I was just supposed to like write the caption for the YouTube video and like our Spotify, all streaming platforms, but I ended up like making the post and everything, and it took so long. I'm grateful because the video looks really good. This is a YouTube right now. We're on episode 102, which is crazy. But it's actually past noon already. I woke up pretty early today. I still have 2 more meetings, so today was a very last minute meeting that we are going to have. I'm having it with the brand. Since again, I told you it's Q4, a lot of brands are like working on overdrive and they're very like busy and stressed out, and they're trying to pull a lot of things like last minute. So it's a very last minute meeting with that brand. Second, I also have another meeting with a business owner, and we're going to be talking about like a potential pop-up that I might do with my business at their business. So that's really exciting. I'm still waiting on another brand to send this package that's supposed to actually come today. I'm supposed to do like the unboxing today, record that and edit it and send it to that brand today and post it tomorrow. So this is a very quick timeline. Usually you have like a month or even more to record, edit, and send like the draft to the brand, them to approve it. So it's a very long process. But since again it's so busy right now, you know, people want things like right away, which is fine with me. I can get it done, but that's the reality of like this season right now. So I'm trying to think when I can like squeeze in lunch. I really have to get better with like meal prepping. Not really a luxurious day. A lot of me just sitting at my desk today. Y'all, I want to show you something. It is past 6. I've been working the past few hours and just like editing TikTok / reels that I can post on Instagram. I post TikToks twice a day besides the weekends, and I've been doing that continuously. I'm very proud of myself. I'm going to show you my schedule and how I hold myself accountable as someone like working for themselves. Like, no one else is going to tell you how to do it besides yourself. So this is how I do it, and this is why I think I'm borderline like OCD. I have the next 3 days planned. So that is just 6 videos, 3 days worth, all with captions, all edited, all with text. It is very tedious. A lot of people think that the hardest part of being an influencer is like recording, but honestly it's just like editing. Not even hard, just like tedious. Daylight savings also just happened, so it's 6 o'clock, but look how dark it is already. All right, so this is how I hold myself accountable. We're starting from January, right? In the beginning of the year, I actually posted 3 times a day, but now I reduced it just because I want to post more quality content. My content is more educational, like vlogs and things like that. I don't do like half-ass content. I don't just post something just because it's trendy. I don't post like thirst traps or things like that. I actually like put a lot of thought into my content. So I have a list of all of the ideas that I have every single week, and I have like check mark where I can check it off if I've done it. Let me show you accountability. So January, all up until now, everything is checked off. I have not missed a day of upload this whole year with my YouTube with anything. I think there was only one day where I was supposed to post twice. I only posted once. It was the day of my podcast event in August, but even then I still posted one day. So I'm really proud of myself. This is how I hold myself accountable in this job, and also make my life like less stressful because I have things like planned out beforehand, you know? It's a very stay-at-home, like clerical editing type of day. I have no makeup on. I try to do this thing where I don't like wearing makeup every single day. That's why I like bulk editing and recording, because I just have like a day or 2 days to like record stuff, and then I don't really have to wear makeup unless I go outside and it's like a big event or something. I don't know. But I like making my skin breathe, and even though I'm gonna be at home, I have like sunscreen on my face because that is very important. People think you just have to wear SPF when you go outside in the sun, but no, there's like sun everywhere, you know, even if you're inside. But anyway, I just did editing for like the past 2.5 hours ish. It's right now, it's like noon. I also posted my content for the day, reel, and then I also posted my TikTok. I posted the company that I work for, their reel and TikTok as well. And I'm gonna hopefully make some like brunch now. So today I actually have to go live for a brand that I'm working with. It's actually Penguin Random House, which is really cool because I love reading and it's such a cool experience when you work with like actual companies you love. So this brand, it's not just like a usual like me posting a video, me reviewing something, me posting stories. It's not like that. I actually have to go live every single week of this month, so 4 lives in total, talking about each like part of the book. And it's very interesting. It's my first time doing something like that. Also, this brand's first time doing something like that, kind of like a read-along TikTok live. So that also meant that I had to finish a book that was like 700 pages. Let me show you actually. I had to finish a book this big, and it's a lot different than what I'm like used to, because it's not like me reviewing a product, me trying out clothing. It's not something like that. So I kind of cheated. I listened to the audiobook trying to get through it as fast as I could, and I also read a little bit of it. But yeah, it's a very different brand deal. But brand deals really for the most part is just like maybe sending content outlines to the brand to show them what you are planning to record on, you recording the video, editing it or getting someone to edit it for you, and sending that draft to that brand to get it approved, you making any revisions if there are any things that they want you to fix, and then you posting it with like the correct guidelines. So it's not really like anything significant, and it's also like you going to events and networking and things like that, but it's not like always. So like tomorrow I'm going to an event for a brand, and I have to kind of like vlog it and like post a review about it, but it's not always like that. And that's what I'm saying, like influencing is not hard. Obviously you make your own schedule and you have to put time into it, but it's not like a time consuming hard labor job, you know. Also, half my nails are literally missing. I wasn't planning on going outside today, but honestly maybe it was nice to have a nice little 20-minute mental health like walk outside. In the process I shipped out that order, and I also had to pick up the brand package that I needed from my local drugstore. I don't know why it like failed to deliver at my apartment, and it was so heavy to carry, and this is why I'm like out of breath, but it's fine. I'm gonna record it right now and get that one thing out of the way before my meeting. And by the way, let me tell you, it's not always this busy. Like I'm not usually working this much for my influencer job. Like in August it was completely dry, there was none of this work, but again, since it is Q4, it is a very busy season. I did an unboxing for this brand. For some reason, it took me so long to open this box. I don't know what was wrong with me, but right after that, before my meeting, I had to do like the voiceover and the editing to send over the draft to the brand, and then I had my meeting. And honestly, I thought I was gonna post a stories today because that's what I was scheduled to. It was actually delayed. I also had a 30-minute live session with Penguin Random House, and the other brand actually sent back edits, but it was past 6 o'clock even after I sent back the edits, so they just told me to post it tomorrow instead of today. I watched Modern Family and ended my night with some strawberry pie. I've been editing all afternoon and all morning. I'm not going to show you guys because you guys know the drill already. So I've been doing my own YouTube video, and I've been doing the podcast. I have not eaten lunch or breakfast yet. I was just talking to my mom, and she goes, if you don't fuel your body, how are you going to fuel your work? It's kind of true, so I'm gonna start making it soon. But the thing about like the podcast is that since we do all the editing, like me and my partner, and we do all the recording and stuff, we have our intern that makes like the clips and helps us do like the promotion on our social medias. But if it was just me, like I could finish this work whenever I want. Like I can finish it right before the upload date, just because I just have to depend on myself. But since we have like a third party involved in this, you have to make her life a lot easier, right? So you have to finish this a lot before so that she's not stressing, because we never want that. So that's why I'm actually editing next Tuesday's video right now on a Thursday so that I can have it done. I also have plans for the whole day tomorrow on Friday. So since I am self-employed, I don't have to like clock out or tell anyone beforehand that I need those days off or those hours off. So that's why I'm gonna be working like a lot extra today to get a lot of my work done for tomorrow. And I'm gonna be working actually like through the weekend. So I'm gonna just like get as much work done as possible today. And I also do have an event today for that brand. So I'm just trying to like work before that, you know. I did everything that I had to do today. It's been a long day. Sometimes I go to these events obviously because I have to, and I'm excited to see what the event is like, see people if I know any of them, but also to have some different food because they sometimes have like really cool spreads, and I'm just like excited to nibble on different foods. Y'all, the event yesterday was actually pretty cool. I came home kind of late and posted the stories, but now we are opening a PR box from a company that I don't really know of. It's called Inner Sense Organic Beauty. It looks like a hair care brand actually. Volumizing foam, smoothing cream, hair love prep spray, and like a hairspray finish. Thank you so much. All right, that is the end to this video. As mentioned, I'm going out today with my family and friends, so I'm not gonna be able to do too much work. It is a beautiful perk of working for yourself, but throughout the weekend I'm gonna be catching up on work, so I'm gonna actually be finishing this video, editing that, and making a thumbnail and like some other things in between, but I'm gonna like do that work at my parents' house. But thank you so much for watching. I hope this like brought some more clarity on what we do and just kind of like a realistic, hectic week in my life during this holiday season. I hope it also like debunks some stereotypes that we might have. I would like to say that I am a hard worker and I'm very dedicated to what I do, and I wouldn't want anyone to assume that like I just sit on my butt every single day, you know? So thank you so much for watching. I hope you really liked it. I hope this was very helpful for you. Please let me know what else you'd like to see, because I love posting more like realistic sides to things like this, especially my job and like New York City life. So let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you like this video. Also make sure to follow me on my Instagram and TikTok, where I post every single day. And I also have a shop where I sell my own art and apparel. As you can see, this is some of my art right there. You can check that out on labyrinthapp.com. Also, I have a podcast with my partner called Difficultish. We finally have video episodes on YouTube, so you can follow that on Difficultish Podcast, and you can also listen on all streaming platforms, so don't feel like you have to watch the video if you can't. But I think that's it. But thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys. I just missed my my lips. Bye.